guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and this is Jackie Does Keto and this is my Q&A. I printed out all the Qs. Now there's loads of them, so I think what I'm going to have to do, as I'm a windbag and I chat loads, I'm going to have to split it in two. I do apologise, it's really dark because obviously it's December and I've got my ring light on, and with ring lights are what all you YouTubers use to light their videos. Basically it's a ring of light. You put your camera in the middle of it, or your iPhone, but it leaves these rings on your glasses. Can you see? That is literally a ring of light. So if you wear glasses, you have to do this or find a really good angle. But it's so dark, so it's really distracting, isn't it? It's really distracting. Should I turn it off? Should we see? Oh, it's a bit darker. It is very dark, but I think that's a bit better. So questions. What I've done, I've kind of going to split them in two because I'm such a windbag. And thank you very much to everyone who asked questions. I love it. I love it. It's so sweet. So let's start. So I've got similar sorts of questions from Adele, Julie, and actually Julie asked twice. What part of England are you from? And that's from Adele. And then what part of the UK were you born? As though you said you lived in Birmingham for 20 years, your accent sounds quite neutral. And do you live in a town or a village? So I live right now in a city called Wolverhampton. And the people have got a lovely accent. Wolverhampton, and you talk like this. Please don't shout at me from Wolverhampton. I love you. But Wolverhampton is to the left of Birmingham, the next city across. I lived in Birmingham for over 20 years. I was born and bred in a county called Essex. And Essex is the county to the right of London. So a lot of people who work in London live in Essex because it's cheaper to commute into London. My parents are actually from London originally. Oh, I'm all scruffy. My parents have got a really strong London accent, I think. And my sister has. I don't know how. But me and my brothers have not got a really strong accent. Everyone says to me, you're really neutral. I can't place where you're from. So originally I was in Essex. And then when I was 19, I moved to Watford, which is just outside London, north of London, for a year to study. I studied HND in business and marketing. And then while I was there, I did the stupid thing. I met a man. I was 19, I was in love. Fool. So I ended up sticks and basically relocated myself over the summer after a year to Birmingham. Got here, nice enough, really enjoyed Birmingham. And within 4 months he dumped me because he'd been cheating on me with his ex-girlfriend. He had to tell me because she gave him an STD. I was fine, but I was like completely like, you know, it's just stupid. When you're 19, 20, you're really stupid, aren't you? But I don't regret anything. Half of my life, you know, I'm happy now. So the way I look at it is, too big. See, the path of my life is got me where I am now, and I'm happy. So these things teach you stuff, don't they? And when you tell someone who's 19 about to do something really stupid, they don't listen. So there's no point. No one would have told me any different. I'd listen to. So yeah, I moved to Birmingham and was here for like 20 years. And I've been married before and working and in the city and really enjoyed it. Made loads of friends. Met Paul, and he had a house here in Wolverhampton, which is only like 25 minutes on the train away from Birmingham city centre. So I decided just to up sticks and we now live together. So that's where I live. I actually don't live in the city centre. I live in a village on the outside of it. It's really odd because I don't know about where you live, if you live in the city. Everywhere around the cities here are like villages that kind of come off the city. So, and where I live, I still believes it's a village. It's like literally, I think they would burn witches if they could. But I do like it here. I feel safe. So that is it. I do live in Wolverhampton. I used to live in Birmingham, but I'm actually from Essex, mate. All right, that's the Essex accent. Oh, I went a bit weird then, didn't I? So that's all those questions. Told you I was a windbag. What do you do for work? This is from Pamela, it's Mary and Sarah. And do you enjoy working from home? Okay, pick up the coffee. So yes, I am working from home now. I never used to. Actually, my office is in Birmingham City Centre. We have now the almond milk coffee. I miss cream. We do now work from home, and I think that's going to be pretty permanent. I think because it's just where it's been worked out really well for us. It's been worked really, really well. But what do I do? Okay, So most really, really big companies outsource certain functions in the business. So it might be accounts, for example, or even things like HR. They'll just outsource chunks of their business because it is more cost effective to do that, because a lot of things are seasonal. I have peaks and troughs, and it's cheaper to outsource it to a company than pay staff to do it all year round when there's troughs in work. So I work for a company that scoops up that kind of work, and the industry that I am in does outsource customer services and social media, that kind of stuff. So what I do all day, to my coffee, is I deal with people contacting the company with complaints about products, but it's really broad. So I might have people complaining about the factories where things are made. I will deal with consumers. I'll deal with retailers who sell the product that my client makes. I will deal with the brand, the company itself, and I'll deal with all levels. I will deal with people in the factory, HR. I have director level contacts. I also deal with PR agencies, social media. It's really, really broad. Basically, if you've got a problem, I'll solve it. Ice Jackie. I probably get a strike for that, for singing. But yeah, so that's basically what I do, and it's providing a mop-up service, and I really enjoy it. And my company I work for, I keep spilling my coffee. My company I work for deal with lots of different brands across the industry. It's mostly food, so snacks, cooking ingredients. In the past, we've done soups, we've also done anything really, any one company that needs support. We also do, so for example, if you're coming as a product recall on a product, we'll say, we'll help you with phone lines and systems and reports, we'll keep you informed, and we use in that capacity if we need to. But I like my job? Yeah, I love it. I really love my job. It's really varied and funny, and we deal with some of the funniest people, and I do really enjoy it. My colleagues are ace. We've all got a really good sense of humour and similar outlook. And my clients are really nice. We've been working with them for 9 years, which is unusual for a contractor to work with a company for 9 years. And they really like us. So yeah, I talk to people about food, sweet treats specifically, all day long. And then I speak to the factories who make these treats, who offer to send me boxes of them. And they have in the past sent me boxes and boxes and boxes of treats. It's amazing. So yeah, that is what I do. But yeah, literally I could spend all day doing reports, or dealing with PR agencies, journalists, pretty much anything really. Anyone who's got issues, we'll try and fix them. So that's what I do. Then we've got, how did you meet Paul? Right, okay, this is right. It wasn't about Paul. Everyone loves Paul. How did you meet Paul? This is from Sarah. Mary also wants to know how long we've been together for. Dale asks, how long have you been together? Have you got an engagement ring on? When's the big day? Sarah wants to know about the family and children and more kittens. And Pamela, who is my biggest kitten fan, wants to know about our kittens. So Paul and I have been together. I had to ask him today. I always forget. We've been together. We've been 9 years in the spring. And how did we meet? We met. How did we meet? We met on Plenty of Fish. Yeah, through the dating app. So if you ever use a dating app, particularly for a woman, oh my god, it's soul destroying. You put your ad up and you're like, hi, yeah, I'm single, la la la, I like this, books, blah blah blah. Within 10 minutes you get 100 men ringing, message you saying, do you want to see my willy? Do you want to see it? And you're like, oh god, it's just really soul destroying. So I had been on there, deleted my account straight away, waited about a month. I thought I'll try again, but I'll be a bit more savage. I was a bit more savage, saying I probably hate you, I'm really mean. Basically to put every man off. I still got those stupid emails. About my hobbies and stuff, you know, I like reading, history, I play the Xbox and all those things. And Paul was the only bloke that messaged me saying, what game are you playing on Xbox? Because Paul's a gamer, so he was like, that's the thing he picked. He actually took time to read my profile and messaged me about it. And I think I was playing Skyrim at the time, and Gears of War 3. He's like, I really love Gears of War. Do you want to play? As it, and I thought, this man's so nice. He hasn't asked to see my boobs. I probably would have sent him one, but no, I wouldn't have done. But he was just really sweet, and he was genuine and the nicest fella, and he just wanted to get to know me. filled me in about what's going on. I was at that point, I was divorced and been in a couple of relationships, and I was just generally really jaded. And I had a good circle of friends. I was going out quite a lot and drinking a bit too much, and I was trying to be a bit, you know, I don't like meeting people in bars. Well, obviously not now, but meeting people in bars and clubs, I find it really weird, because literally the only thing you've got in common that you're aware of is the fact that you're in that building. I find that a little bit difficult. I think people put on a really big persona no matter where you meet, like on dating apps or in person, and I just find people are a bit stupid in person. And particularly because I was at my biggest at that point, I was a size 32, people are really judgmental, and I just like couldn't do it. But so I was very upfront in my profile. Anyway, when I got to know each other, we didn't actually meet for 3 weeks, because he took his son away. I've got a stepson, and he took him away and said, oh, I'm not going to be around, but I do like you, and please don't think I do, I just got this, I got going on. He went to see his mum in Yorkshire. Paul's from Yorkshire, by the way. You know where Game of Thrones is? Up north, like, that's where Paul's from. Up north is you know, it's cold up there and all that stuff. But yeah, that's where he's from. So it was like really bad timing from him. He kept thinking, oh, I was going to think that I didn't like him and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that's how we met. And we went on our first date. Let me just take a drink. So we went on our first date, and I really liked him. He knocked over a drink over a dinner table, and on the way out, he walked into a lamppost. And I knew that was the man for me. Oh, he's adorable. We're both really clumsy. We're both mega clumsy people. And we both got a really similar sense of humour and a really similar outlook on life. We're both quite liberal, and we've got a lot of stuff in common. We like gaming, both like history and books. We are both in person, like in terms of meeting people, we're both quite reserved, which is considering I've got a YouTube channel. Sounds odd, but I am quite, you know, I like to watch and listen and talk to people, and I'm not the centre of attention to kind of person, and neither is he. So we both got on really well. So we just had a lot in common, and that was it. He was the man for me that walked into a lamppost. Bless him. I was probably did something stupid as well. Did I? Probably. Marriage, yes. Sorry, the queer marriage. We've been engaged for about 4 years, and we thought we were going to save up for it. We did not want to get in debt for our wedding or our honeymoon, more importantly, because that's the best bit. And so we started saving up. Not a lot of excess funds. I'm going to do a video about money actually at some point, probably before then and here and the end of the year, about money and debt and things like that. We didn't want to get into any debt for it. I mean, I know people who've got into £25,000 worth of debt to get married and go on a honeymoon, and literally 9 months later did split up, and the person's still left with loads of debt. It's just awful. So we decided to get married. We booked it a couple of years ago for March of this year. Obviously February the world started going crazy, and we had to postpone it to this November, hoping 6 months things would be a little better. Obviously they weren't. We put it back to March of next year. Realistically, with the vaccines and things, we're probably not going to happen. So we're probably looking at next November now. So, but there you go, the touch is life. We are safe, and a lot of people aren't, and so we are going to be grateful. The plan is, initially was going to get married here in the UK, but it's just really expensive. I mean, I kept saying to Paul, because I'm not really a big hoopla wedding kind of girl, let's just get married abroad. And he's like, no. But then I put the numbers in front of him. He's like, yes, let's get married abroad because it's cheaper. We paid £3,500 for 10 days to get married on the beach in Mauritius. The minimum was looking at here is about 8,000, and that's without a break, a holiday or anything. So we just thought, let's go on holiday and get it done. So Mauritius is the plan, via Dubai. Oh, better. Via Dubai. So we can stop over there for half a day or something like that to freshen up. So that is the plan. Fingers crossed November. Hopefully I'll be a little bit lighter by then. I've had 2 wedding dresses now. One's a size 26, that falls off me. I've got another one for February, and that's a size 22, and that one's a little bit loose on the boob. So I think maybe by the time I need to wear it, I might have to get a 3rd wedding dress. We shall see. Will you add to your family children or more kittens? More about kittens. That's Sarah and Pamela. Everyone loves the kittens, Mabel and Doodle. So yes, we've got 2 kittens, both rescues, Mabel and Doodle. Mabel we got first. We got her with her brother, intentionally as a set pair. He had, we knew when we got him, we adopted him, that he had a disability, and that was It's called commonly known as the wobbly cat syndrome. Basically, he couldn't walk properly, his back legs were going, but he was happy enough. He was born that way. When they came to us, they both had, we thought were colds. It turned out they had cat leukemia, including Mabel. She came through okay. Her brother Morgan, or Captain Morgan we called him, did not want, the wobbly boy did not make it. He was with us for 3 months before he went very bad, and we took him to the vet. It was actually over Christmas. He was very ill 2 years ago, and we had to make the decision, and we lost him, I think, the 2nd of January. And it was very sad, and obviously Mabel losing her brother. We don't know exact circumstances of Mabel. Her mum had leukemia when she gave birth to her. Her mum didn't make it. We think she was found in a factory. She's a very nervous cat, hates loud noises, hates metallic noises. She hates saucepans and banging noises, so we are really careful around her. She's obviously been traumatised, so we do try and be careful. She's 1,000 times better than we first got her. She used to hide permanently behind our shelf and hide permanently for like the first 3 months, but she's a lot better now, so she's a bit more attitude now. And because of her losing a sibling, and the centre we got her from always has animals, we wanted to get her another brother. So about just over a year ago, we got Doodle, who is again another rescue. He's fine, lovely temperament, and he is lovely. So Mabel is about 2.5 and Doodle is about 1.5, and they get on really well, as siblings do, fighting, play fighting, all that stuff. So they've got lovely company. So that's the cats. Are we going to get any more? I talked about it before we got them. We did talk about getting a dog, but my argument was, I do want to get a dog, but I'd want to be home. I spilled coffee down myself. I'd want to be home all day for a dog, because they're obviously more needy. And at the time we were working in the cities, and now obviously we could probably get a dog, but we won't. But no, I don't think so. And in terms of babies, I am 42. No, I'm not going to have babies menopausal. No, pools, no. I've got a stepson who is 14. We don't get to see him as often as we would like, for geography reasons, but we are happy as we are. I think maybe we'll get grandbabies. I'll be crazy granny. I can't wait to be crazy granny. You know, the glitter and Play-Doh, a xylophone, get recorders, send them home to mum and dad. Can't wait. But yes, no more babies, but we'll always have animals, I think, no matter what. So no more babies though. Question from Julie: what would be your perfect day? Paul and I are really chill people, and we're not really into like mega goings out and all that stuff. Just the time, peace and quiet, and I like go out my garden. So just probably chilling in the garden in the sunshine. I always get burnt, and not having any requirements for me to do, like responsibilities, like I've got to go and do this, I've got to go and do that. It's probably much the perfect day, because I'm very low maintenance in that respect. So I've got one from Julie: who are your favourite vloggers on YouTube? I mean, I mentioned I watch Mary Taquito. I think she's awesome. A few others like your pal Misty, John, Taquito Life. But in terms of channels that I subscribe to, my theory is that there is certain things about a person that just speaks a lot about them. So your book collection, your music collection, and who you subscribe to on YouTube tells a lot about what kind of person you are. And I'll tell you roughly, apart from some keto channels, I do like obviously other things like recipe ones as well. So things like Ruled Me and Keto Zerts. I tend to like short videos because my attention span is awful. I don't watch movies for the same reason very often, because same reason my attention span is terrible. What I subscribe to, I love channels about frugality, frugal cooking. I like Frugal Fit Mum. She's very like personable. Big batch cooking, so Jamie Stewart, I like watching her. These are these people cook for like families, which I don't cook for. I just really like watching them. And like renovations, these sort of stuff. I love history, so I'll subscribe to some history stuff as well. Really boring, but I quite like bite-sized stuff. Horrid Histories, I think it is as well. They make really good history stuff, so that kind of stuff. And also YouTube fitness channels as well. I might do a separate video about the ones I subscribe to and why I like them. I think that might be interesting if people want to know what YouTube video fitness stuff that I follow. I'll do that probably separately. Question from Sarah: have you ever considered setting up a Patreon? I didn't know what that was till recently, and it's really sweet, but I think I'm really dull and I would be able to put out enough content to be interesting, and I would never charge people for it anyway. I am recently monetized, and that's as much as I'd want anyone to contribute towards me, but that's very sweet. But no, I think I'm too dull. I might start a Facebook group at some point, but I just don't know if I'm very exciting enough. I'm very boring. Sarah says, oh no, this is from Sim. Question from Sim: your nails are lovely. How often do you get them done? Do you get any tips for maintenance? My nails have always been, since recently, in the last 5 years, horrendous. They peel and they crack, they split, they've been really bad. But for some reason, since I've been doing keto, they're a lot better than they used to be. I don't know why. Occasionally I'll get them like fakies put on, but I try not to because they're not good for your nails. But I think I've just got nice hands. I think I'm lucky I've got quite nice hands, but I don't know. Biotin's good for your nails, I've been told, but I'm really lack discipline enough to keep using it, unfortunately. But people who know more probably can tell you in the comments below if biotin is really good. I've been told it is. Now I've got some lovely Christmassy related questions from Aga. I hope I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Are you going to be spending Christmas with Paul, or will you visit your family members? Unfortunately, here in the UK, we are under lockdown. I'm on tier 3, like most people. Also, our families do live across the country. Paul's parents live in Yorkshire. Mine's still in Essex. I've got siblings. I think Mary did ask about siblings. I've got a sister and 2 brothers. My sister lives in another county. My other brother lives near my mum. And my other brother actually lives in America. He lives in Boston. So I don't see him at all. And my stepson lives in sort of the other end of the country. So it's just us. And that's what we do pretty much every year. That's what we pretty much do most years, because we usually work on Christmas Eve anyway, which we are. So we just, by the time Christmas Eve comes around, we're so shattered, and our house is small, so having people over isn't really a great idea. So it's just going to be us 2 Christmas Day. And you've also asked, what dishes will you be making? We are cooking, or I'm cooking. I always cook Christmas Day. I did say to Paul, your turn. And he went, ugh! But I'm going to cook a gammon. I don't really like turkey that much, so we're going to cook a gammon and roasties and for Paul, and veggies and stuff on the day. And the day after, I'm going to have leftovers and nibbly stuff and cheese, and I'm going to make some crackers and all that stuff for the day after, and it'll probably last us a week. Are you planning to stay keto during that time? Mostly. I kind of thought, I'll take a little bit of a day off. However, full confession, last night I felt really weird. I started getting mega shakes, and I think my blood sugar just went vroom. So I did have some treats last night to get my blood sugars up. It's never happened before on keto before. I just started just really shaking. I used to get that way years ago when I hadn't eaten properly, and for some reason yesterday my body decided to do that. So I had some treats yesterday and went off plan. So I'm going to be good until I'm going to be good going forward, basically. And say, will we do a short video, Christmas with Jackie? I could possibly, Vlogmas people do every year, but I don't know if it stops on Christmas Day or goes right to the end of the year. I don't know, I can't remember. Possibly. I'll show you my prezzies. I've got prezzies under the tree already, so I know I've got some prezzies. I'll show you if you want. I'll show you the food or cooking. But probably want to watch Doctor Who if it's on. Is Doctor Who on? Paul will put Doctor Who on. I don't like Doctor Who. Paul likes Doctor Who. And there'll be some rubbish on telly. I don't really watch TV. We don't, as a couple, watch a lot of proper telly. We watch box sets on demand. We'll probably watch some old rubbish on telly. And yeah, chill out. But yeah, I probably will do. And how do you normally spend Christmas? Same as the last 5 years, 6, 7 years, been living with Paul. The same. Just us 2, just chilling, eating food, playing games and all that stuff. I'm talking of games, I'm trying to get Paul into playing board games. I love board games. He doesn't. I want him to. He's resisting. I saw when I went out in the charity store a music-based one. Paul really loves music, so I hooked him in and said, "Do you want to play this music-based game?" He's like, "Yeah, okay, then get it. We'll try that." And on the way home, I thought I'll grab it on the way home, and then it had been sold. So I got my eyes peeled for I think it's called, is it Seen It? The music edition, a music-based sort of board game, because I think that'll get him, or a DVD kind of game. So that's the plan. If I can get one between then and now that's cheap, charity shop, I will. So yeah, that's what the plan. If I can, I'll get him to play at Christmas Day and film it. So yeah, they are one set of questions. Thank you so much. I'll do another video with like more about keto. I think people want to ask about keto. People have asked about excess skin and weight loss and my journey and stuff like that. So I'll do a separate video about that. I'll post that later on. But thank you so much for all those amazing questions. I hope that wasn't too dull for you. Thank you so very much. I will catch up with you guys in the next video, probably tomorrow, something else. But I hope you're keeping really, really well. And I will see you guys in the next video.